That's the wrong cable, man.
Shut up, Dale, I know what I'm doing.
That's what you said when we launched that satellite.
Hey, that wasn't a big deal.
Leveling 7 city blocks? Losing all of our government's funding and our international relations?
Details. Anyway, shut up, we're broadcasting. Aiko, Ichiro, and to anyone else who may be watching this broadcast, we have some important information to aid you with your mission. The following footage will help you move about the complex without getting yourself into trouble. Due to Ichiro's lack of attention span, here is a visual reference that we've prepared for earlier. My first volunteer. A captured Blarcorp minion. Lobotomized to follow simple instructions, he will demonstrate what not to do. And my second volunteer, Agent AW.
Was he lobotomized too?
No, he just looks that way. He'll demonstrate what to do right. And here is a failed clone of myself.
Failed? He looks fine to me.
Well, he does have my good looks, but due to his murderous intent and lack of intelligence, he's now no longer allowed in public.
Oh.
He represents the volunteers, committee members, and security. Alright, Ichiro, wake up and pay attention. At the convention, you're required to have your pass or wristband displayed on you at all times. This way our volunteers know that you're meant to be there and not draw attention to yourself. If you fail to do this, you're gonna have a bad time.
Haha, what a dumbass.
Now, Dale, what have I said to you about swearing? Which brings me to the next thing you should know. During your time here, make sure you're polite to one another, especially during events. Heckling will not be tolerated.
Period.
At the convention, you may notice that there are MA15 plus events. If you are under the age of 15 and do not have a parent or guardian, you will not be permitted access. However, these events will require you to have a form of ID, a driver's license or a proof of age card to gain entry. Now remember, no ID, no entry. And as long as my clone isn't working the door, you won't have to worry about being chased down with an axe. Maybe.
Maybe?
Which now brings me to my area of expertise.
Weapons! Oh yeah!
Thank you, Dale. At the convention, all prop weaponry will be inspected if they look dangerous enough. Steel weaponry, with or without an edge, as well as props deemed dangerous, are not permitted outside of specific events. They will be cloaked and only be available during these times. Ignore my clone. He's still programmed to attack Blarcorp minions.
What about the guns?
Oh, calm down, Dale. Not all of us are trigger happy as you.
Like you can talk, Quartermaster.
All projectile weapons from pistols, rifles...
rocket launchers, machine guns, giant lasers!
Yeah, alright, Dale, we get it. All firearms must have an orange tip applied to the barrel to signify that it isn't a real firearm. Additionally, guns that take ammunition must not be loaded. Failure to do this will result in your weapon being confiscated and cloaked until you're ready to leave the convention.
That's right, you've been warned, nerf herders. Did he just throw his gun on the ground? Isn't that littering?
Like I said, it's my clone. He isn't all that bright. Speaking of which, if you have rubbish, use a bin. It's not rocket surgery.
That was what you majored in, wasn't it?
Straight A's.
Nice!
While seating might not seem like a big issue, in the event of an emergency, people need to leave quickly, so please refrain from sitting in the aisles. There are plenty of seats available, so following this agent's example and take your seat the right way.
And doesn't he just look pleased as punch doing it?
Well, no, that's a far cry from what happens to anyone that doesn't seat themselves correctly.
How so?
Observe.
BAM!
Now, when you're in the theatres, ensure that you have your phone switched off, or at least turned to silent. Have some respect for your fellow attendees. No one wants to hear about your teacups.
How is he still alive?
Science! As much as I enjoy setting things on fire and burning things, smoking is not permitted inside or around entrances to the venue, or otherwise signposted. However, there are designated areas close by where you can light up if you really need to.
Just try not to set anything on fire. Hint, hint, Quartermaster.
Hey, that wasn't my fault this time.
Sure.
Now, while most of you would consider this to be a no-brainer, drugs and alcohol are not permitted, because they're bad.
Okay.
Dude, seriously, 1979. That'll put you in your place. But seriously, even though we're at the Rest Point Casino, AICon has always been a family-friendly event, and we will plan to keep it that way.
Too bad for anyone cosplaying as Archer this weekend.
Danger zone!
If you're still with us and plan on following these instructions, you won't have a problem here at the convention. However, if you decide to break these rules, you may be evicted from the convention if deemed necessary, and we don't want to have to do that.
And that concludes our briefing on the rules and regulations of the facility that you're infiltrating. If you remember what I've shown, you shouldn't have any problem completing your mission. But watch out for Judge Blar and Penguin Girl, who knows what they've got planned.
Didn't they already gloat all the details about their nefarious scheme?
Yes, but what about